Hey, welcome to another episode of the Hammered Ham. Rocking it out on shortwave radio. So what do we have in the ham shack of the Hammered Ham today? Why, it's a Hammarlund HQ-180 receiver. Probably the best all-time receiver that Hammarlund ever made. And I have a mint example of this model right behind me. I'm going to give you a little guided tour of it. We'll tune around a little bit because unfortunately tomorrow it leaves my shack. I have a fellow ham coming by to pick it up. The deal's done, so I thought, you know, to send it off properly, we better get out here so you guys can have a little enjoyment and I can say goodbye to my Hammarlund. So here she is, the Hammarlund HQ-180. A very nice receiver, super stable. No clock in this one, which I prefer because I don't like to hear that clock in the background going zzz when you're not even going to use it. Here's the control line up. You can see that this thing is in pristine condition. There's very little use on it as it came from a one-owner estate. I even have the original manual. Alright, let's take a look inside. The chassis is bright and clean, no corrosion, no dust. It's got the calibrator installed, and those plastic shields are still installed on the tuning caps. Super nice receiver. Alright, for the demonstration, we'll start out here on 80 meter AM. I'm listening on a national receiver speaker, which is not going with the sale. That's my baby. So here you are, AM 80 meters.
The angles get high where I go to the out of phase configuration. Oh, signals kick from there, dB, and that's what happened on 15.
A little bit of QRM there.
Also is low angles. I have never seen good FT stuff at the high angles ever, except out of Europe on occasion during the fun part piece. But well, there you go. Feeling it up.
There's another station.
That's what I'm undergoing right now. I'm going to move the Yaesu twins in here, and I'm going to work on the audio on that transmitter, and try to see if I can get it right to work AM.
Try our selectivity.
And some other things. Just slowly but surely, I'll get it all together in here. But probably
what great receive and stability.
Probably just leave them on 40 meters. Live, Philip. Anyway, I'm kind of liking this.
Here's my antenna trim.
Did you copy what I said about the biasing? Over.
So that's Liz in the background, having a tough time copying her because we got some slosh bucketers in there, as they call them. So let's go over to sideband.
Of the Appalachian Mountain Shake. Well, I guess everything must be working like it ought to be working.
So I had an HQ-170 in the past, and unfortunately it was a drift monster. I loved the receiver, but I just couldn't use it. But this one, rock solid.
I blew by you running about 90 miles an hour down to Dick Birds. Man, you should have said something. I'm right here. I'm about 30 miles from Dick.
Now there's a vernier up here.
He emailed me back, and I was tired of my amp being tore up, and Friday I put in about 12 hours of drive, and it took him about 30 minutes to fix this thing.
All right, let's just listen to some forum broadcast. Okay, we're on 7.85 to 15.35 megahertz. Kind of a strange little band selection, but there's WWV right on 10 megahertz. Now to calibrate the main tuning dial, you have to put your band spread at 100%, which still gives you some fine tuning capability, but that calibrates the main dial. And to verify that, there is a calibrator. But we'll check that after we see what time it is.
At the tone, 23 hours, 55 minutes, coordinated universal time.
Alright, so let's slide off that because that's a pretty hefty signal. Here's 9 megahertz, calibrator's on. There she is. You can see we're right on the money. Let's see what else we got for foreign broadcast down here. Got a lot of alien spaceships. Let's see what we got up here. More spaceships. Huh, sounds like a machine gun. Sounds like a Moog synthesizer. What the heck's going on? Alright, let's try another band. Go up here. Alright, we're on 40 meter CW. Taking the selectivity down. I got my ABC in medium. Let's go fast. Well, I can never send like that. Here's a close-up of the estimator. So there's always some crazy stuff on shortwave. I'm surprised nobody's taken this and like maybe made some music to it, right? Because there's some wild stuff on here.
If you're over 50, talk to your doctor about your risk and see if you're up to date on your vaccine.
Like every other transistor, 2879 is always, actually rated up to about 50 megahertz. So, where everybody was like forever 2879, rather than a half a harmonic of the top surface.
This is actually 160 meter AM.
But it's not on the bed, and the surface you down here, don't take shit for it.
Alright, so we got some sideband activity here.
High bandwidth spectrum. Well, let me get fired up here. I'd like to include that with the letter.
I think it's $50.
I have one already here for.
So most of these vintage receivers didn't have a product detector, and this one does.
That'll be good.
That's why the sideband is just beautiful on this. You don't have to back off on your RF gain. We got some AM activity here.
February, I guess we're headed down there, and then from there, going up to New York. We're quoting out of taking the boat out of New York. So that'll be my first time out of New York. Usually Fort Lauderdale or Miami for me there, Steve. Anyway, nice to hear you in there again. I'll have to try to get on here more often, Steve. And if Chuck's still in there, 7-3, nice to hear you there, Mike. And I'm sure we'll hear you again.
So there it is. Another vintage receiver, 60 years old, still performing. So I wonder, oh look at that. I wonder if these new receivers that are out will be around in 60 years. We shall see about that. But in the meantime, I've got a shortbread cookie and some wine. I'm going to enjoy my time, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hammered Ham. We'll see you again.